is where you live.
Yeah, it's very sad. The person perished in the crash, so obviously very sad.
Happening right now, multiple agencies still on the scene of that deadly plane crash in South Washington County. We continue to get updates by the minute. As we first reported, the plane went missing around 12:30 this afternoon after 3 hours of searching. Heavily wooded area crews have located that crash, and tonight crews are still on the scene in the area just north of Winslow in the Boston Mountains. We have team coverage tonight with what we know about the pilot, where crews are now, and the reason it took 3 hours to locate that crash plane. Multiple agencies helped in the search on the ground and by air, including 3 helicopters. It was that air search that eventually led to finding the wreckage. Now, the plane went down between Old Highway 71 and Interstate 49 in rural Washington County. We start our team coverage with 5 News reporter Catherine Gilker. She joined us live from where crews first staged as they looked for the plane. Catherine?
I'm here at the Oakwood Cemetery, which served as the command center for the search. There were more than a dozen emergency response vehicles here until they found the wreckage. The crash site is about 2 miles from here. An official with the Washington County Emergency Management tells us that the pilot did die in the crash. The sheriff's office says that pilot was the only person on board the King Air dual-engine plane. Authorities say at about 12:30 this afternoon, the pilot's phone pinged over Miller Road, not far from where they set up their command center. That's when the search started. The Washington County Sheriff's Office led those efforts with help from the Department of Emergency Management, State Police, Central EMS, and multiple nearby police and fire departments. They also had help from the air. Helicopters from Mercy, the Benton County Sheriff's Office, and a Black Hawk from Fort Chaffee all searched the area. The Sheriff's Office says the investigation is just beginning.
They heard a sputter, which could be the engine out of fuel or maintenance issue or whatnot before it went down. At this time, we have no idea.
We are not far from the scene where the Washington County Sheriff's Office says they are still waiting for the FAA and NTSB to get on scene to start their investigation. I'm live in Washington County covering news where you live. Catherine Gilker, 5 News.
All right, Catherine, thanks. We are taking a look now at the plane's path from Mississippi before crashing this afternoon in our area. Took off this morning in Oxford. It then crossed over the Arkansas River into Arkansas in the direction of northwest Arkansas, crossed over Little Rock area, eventually going down in the Boston Mountains in a rural part of southern Washington County. That's where we find 5 News reporter Michael Wilson. He has been following this breaking news all day today and continues our team coverage. Micah?
Hey Darren, I'm here off of Ferry Road near where it turns into Oak Grove Road. This is a few miles away from that staging area that Catherine was at, and to give even further perspective, we're near Winslow and about 20 minutes away from Devil's Den. Now, here behind me, you can see that the Washington County Sheriff's Office is staged here. They are blocking off this road. We haven't got official confirmation if this is where the plane was found or that wreckage was found, but they are blocking off this road. We've seen that they let about 2 people come by, possibly because they live there, but they've been rerouting people to go other places. Again, the plane was found a little after 3:30. I'm told that ground crews actually found the plane, and how they found it was the fuel, the smell of jet fuel. It led them there. Now, it is a rural area. You can see it on the ground, but I want you to take a look above, because these trees, these tall trees, this is a very dense area, it made it hard for them to actually find the plane parts. And also another problem that they ran into earlier today, the sun was not out. It was very cloudy out here. They were looking for the sun to maybe reflect some of those parts from the plane and hoping to see it that way. But they had 5 helicopters out above looking for it, including some Black Hawks. Now, we are told this plane is a King Air 90, which holds up to 8 people. Now, again, we do know that just the pilot was on the plane. We did speak with Washington County earlier, who told us that they will not stop until they cover the entire area or find anyone, because, again, this was just a possible plane crash at the time. We were asking, you know, what if you don't find a plane? When will you give up the search? They said they won't stop until they find everyone who was possibly here. But we do know that, again, King Air 90, it is white with gold striping is what we're told, and it was coming in from the Mississippi area. I did speak with someone from the Fayetteville Fire Department. He also works with Washington County about how they find this plane. He kind of explains it in more detail.
it was in a very small area under tree canopy. That's what made it so difficult to find. We had 5 different helicopters flying the area, and we actually did not find it with the helicopters due to the tree canopy.
So how did you all find it?
Someone on foot in the area checking where we could smell the odor of the jet fuel.
And again, those trees, as you saw in the Sky 5 video, made it very difficult for them to search this area. I am told that the FAA, they are on their way, and then when they do come, they'll actually be taking over this investigation, and they'll be the ones removing the plane parts. But again, they've been searching for hours. There was some worry, as we were told, that there could be possibly 8 people. However, we know it's just this pilot, and unfortunately, he did die from this. For now, we're live here in Washington County, covering news where you live. Michael Wilson, 5 News.
All right, Micah, thanks. Here again is everything that we know about this. We first told you this afternoon the plane went missing over South Washington County around 12:30. After 3 hours of searching, it was found located by a helicopter in the general area of Brynwood Mountains. They were able to track the plane by pinging the pilot's cell phone and by the smell of jet fuel. FAA says the twin-engine plane departed University Oxford Airport in Mississippi this morning. Crews have confirmed the pilot died. The FAA and the National Transportation Safety Board will investigate. The NTSB will actually be in charge of the investigation and will provide any updates. And as we learn who the pilot was and where he was headed, we'll send an alert directly to your phone. You can download the free 5 News app to get that. You can also find an article on 5newsonline.com that has live updates as we continue to get new developments by the minute.